everybody, Cheyanne here, and welcome back to another reading of a chapter 4 till 7. We're doing 3 chapters per episode, so we're on the 4th chapter. So basically what just happened, the rundown, when I was gone, is that Carbo just had her kids, and Haley and her are synced in because when Haley got hit with the poison, she felt the pain that Haley had in her stomach from her too. And this was right after she had the kids, and the villagers, the villagers and the tribe leaders decided to help out, and now they have a person called I don't remember his name, Dewey Decui or something like that. Dewey McCuick. But he was a shaman, some type of thing. But now Carbo is now captured by the dragon, aka Dragfo, the dragon god. And now it's up to Haley and the rest of her squad to save Carbo, the leader. So here we go. Chapter 4, The Werewolf Transformation. In the cave of Dragfo, I was chained up in a spiky, swirly thing. All I had was my underwear and bra. I looked over and I saw my suit being messed with by Abby. "What are you doing with that, Abby?" "You have no right to touch that," I said. "That's Wolf Squad property. As far as I'm concerned, you're not a Wolf Squad member," I yelled. "Doesn't mean that I can. Oh, destroy it. Let's see if Draki's clothing actually is titanium steel. Or better yet, let's see how strong and powerful the Wolf Squad leader is," Abby said. Then Abby walked over. She pulled out a silver nitrate knife. She poked it into my upper left chest skin. I grunted. I yelled. It burnt my skin, and I pulled it out. I grunted. My eyes went yellow. My face thrusted forward a muzzle a bit. "Enough, Abby," my brother yelled from across the cave and ledge near the ocean. I couldn't believe what I saw. He was actually wearing one of the old clothing that Dad got him. A black soldier uniform, black boots, cloth wrapped around his knees and wrist and elbows. She had a long journey today. Let her rest. We have a son to take care of. And Dragfo would take care of her. Meanwhile, at the Dragon Hunter village. "Why her? Why her?" DJ cried. "Carver wasn't the only one. They were trying to get your kids as well. At least you got them. We'll get her back, DJ. I need you to stay here with Dewey and the villagers, and stay with her here with you. We'll do the rescue mission." Haley said. "We'll do it at nightfall, when we're sleeping, and we'll strike when I get some rest. We'll need it," Jessica said. Then everyone went to sleep until 8 p.m. At Dragfo's cave, at the top it had a old little opening. The moon was full. The sun began to change. My heart rate very fast. My body changed. My spine forced myself out of my body. It hurt a little. Blood came out of my mouth. My teeth were forced to sharpen itself. My fingernails began to grow and sharpen. They clawed. My muscles began to grow. Chains broke and fell to the ground. My ears went pointy. My spine forced itself again even more. I grunted in pain. Meanwhile, back at the village, Haley was sleeping at the cot alone, where I had the kids. The full moon gazed down at her intensely. She woke up. She instantly woke up, too. She sat up. She looked at her arms. Her veins were glowing black. "Oh, no. No, not now. Not this time." Haley's eyes fluctuated from hazel to golden yellow. She fell to the ground of the hut. Her spine forced itself, her skin out of her skin. She moaned, mixed with her voice, wolf, coming through her, Claws come out of her fingernails, blood pouring out her mouth again, like my mouth. Teeth began to force itself out, to grow. Her suit began to rip due to her muscles growing. Her ears became pointy. Her muzzle formed a little bit. White fur began to form out of her face and all over. Back at Dragfo's cave, my silver fur began to grow. My muzzle forced itself. My eyes, fully golden yellow. Our transformations were complete. I growled. Haley and Abby slowly woke up and saw me as a werewolf and grabbed her son and yelled, Honey, she's transformed! My brother woke up in shock and looked over at me and I morphed into his wolf to protect his family. I snarled at Abby and her son. Right before I could attack them, Dragfo suddenly appeared. This werewolf is under my spell now. Dragfo's eyes glowed bluish-green. My body froze. I snarled and barked and yelped. My brother smirked, and Abby gave a snare. Back at the village, Zach walked towards the hut where Haley was resting. Haley, babe, are you alright? I heard noises come from here. I hope you're okay, Zach said. Then clouds rolled over and he heard bones snapping, popping, grunting. Then out of the shadows, Haley's hand popped out of the doorway. She was breathing heavy. Zach, get out of here. While you still can, please. She came out of the hut. All clothes were ripped, including her supermorphin suit. Babe, Duo Week gave me some serum to help your werewolf situation, Zach said. I'll take anything. Just to... Gah! She grunted. The full moon was appearing again. It hurts, hurry! Then Zach took the syringe and stuck it into Haley's arm and injected the serum into her bloodstream. Then, all of a sudden, Haley had a vision of me being controlled by Dragfo. Then she got a vision. Zach, it's Carbu. We need to save her. Stat! I need to change clothes, too, Haley said. Don't worry, babe. I've got it all planned out, Zach said, as he gave her another supermorphin suit that's been upgraded for her by Jiraki. Well, better get dressed, Haley said. Meanwhile, at the chief's hut, DJ was pacing back and forth for answers for his beloved dear wife. DJ, calm down, man. I know she's gone, but we'll get her back tonight. Zach just went to go Haley for further orders, Gerald said. And besides the Dewey guy, he seems to be able to take care of something special, Deshaun said. I know, I just got a feeling of this season we're all in danger, DJ said. What do you mean, Dylan Price asked. Just have a feeling, that's all, DJ said. Dewey stepped in and said, It's done. Both separate powers, DJ. Your son will have the ability to walk through walls and make fire from his hands. And your daughter has the ability of super strength and speed and water. I gave them the ability to be the squad members, children. If you guys have any powers for me, when they get older, they'll find out. DJ nodded. Haley and Zach came in and said, You guys ready for the rescue mission? Everyone in the room nodded. Good, because it won't be easy. Carver's being controlled by Dragfo. I don't know why, but she is. She's in her werewolf form. Any ideas to stop her? Nobody in the room answered and shrugged. Dwight looked at Haley and said, I know a spell that Dragfo doesn't know. It causes a mind control cure spell. I hope it works. I will transfer my knowledge to you. Okay. How do you do a person from another? Haley asked. It's quite simple, my dear. If you have any protective circle around you, like transferring spells like a sand barrier. Crimfimura said, Don't forget, Grinwar, we need meditation candles. Travlin said, Alright, I need to do it. Oh God, Haley said, then running off. Nearest bucket threw up. Zach went to her and said, Babe, you okay? He asked. I don't know, Haley responded. Confronter felt her abdomen. She's pregnant. Are you a Royan, my dear? Confirmer asked. He nodded. Haley nodded. Haley, you need protection. You can't morph unless you're a wolf like Carbu. 9 months without morphing and you're a wolf, Gerald said. I'll protect her. She's my wife after all, Zach said. Don't worry, babe, I'll protect you. Thanks, Haley said. Well, I think I'm ready for the spell to transfer me, Haley said. Then Finrar and Rov put a sand circle around Haley and put candles in place and lit them. Let's get this to it, Dwight said. Then he put his right thumb on Haley's forehead and the left hand on Haley's chest and began chanting his spell. Translation: all gods of Aurorians, give the knowledge and the spell to use to chant with friends to the great battle to come. Haley's eyes and mouth opened wide. Her fiery golden light came out of her body. Ah! Haley groaned. Electricity flew around her body. Her veins began to glow yellow, a golden color, and then let go, and Haley's body went back to the ground. She kneeled and tried to catch her breath. What did you do to me? She asked. I gave you the spell to turn her back to normal and reverse the mind control process, Dewey said. Okay. Thank you. Now where exactly is Dragfo's cave? Haley said out of breath. East of the island, Zakharov said. Alright. Let's go. We're going to rescue Kabru, no matter what it takes, Haley said. Haley, can you still morph? Sapphire asked. Kabru did have the power to morph before she turned my pendant, so I guess it might work for me, Haley said. Let's morph, guys. I think I won't be on this two human legs. Then Haley and the rest of my crew began to concentrate on the morphin powers, and there are wolves. Fur, fangs, teeth, tail, and everything. Haley's wolf was perfectly fine. Alright, guys. Let's run, Haley said. Then they all ran to where Abby, Cartbrew, and I, and my brother, and Dragfo and I were at, as fast as they could. And they hid behind some rocks, where Dragfo and my brother couldn't see them, and started planning to attack and free me out of the spell and get us home. Chapter 5. The Mission of Cartbrew. I barked and snarled and get out of the mind control, but it was no use. Dragville had me in his clutches. You cannot control me. My crew will find me, and when will they do? They'll kill you, with a whole army of dragon slayers behind them, I said using my mouth. Honey, she's in her mouth. Please do something, Abby said. Stand back. I almost have her. She's almost in my control, Dragfo said. Abby and my brother stood back, and I held their son in place. Enough! A voice yelled, and I knew it was Haley's. If you want Cartbrew, you have to go through us, Cheyanne said. Wolf Squad, go attack! I'll take care of Cartbrew's spell, Haley yelled. Dragfo and Abby went after the other members of the crew. I growled and snarled at Haley. She showed my teeth. There's nothing, Haley said. Du smells like this. Haley yelled. Her glowing green light came out of her hands. She turned to look after to see what the others had done, and over left on saw me turning back to human, and my mind control spelling out. I grunted. My voice was deepened. My fur went back to my skin. I reverted back to my claws, my fingernails, my blonde hair. My teeth went back to normal. And right before I fell, Haley grabbed me. You okay, Cartbrew? Haley asked. I'm okay, but I need my suit, 'cause, you know, I said. Oh, jeez, Haley said, blocking her eyes out. Yeah, go get him then. Haley quickly ran to the table and got my uniform. Amy ran back to me. Here, put these on before the boys see. I quickly put my uniform on. Can you transform into your werewolf now? Haley asked. You bet. I forced myself to transform into my werewolf. My supermorphin suit didn't rip. That's my girl, Haley said, smiling. Then she ran and jumped and turned herself by force, too. I forced myself on the Dragfo's neck and bit him really hard. Let's see how truly you are a dragon god, I said, using my mouth. What the? Haley, did you just hear that? Cheyanne said in telepathy. To Haley in telepathy. Haley nodded. Haley, turn back to your human self. Maybe you can use the serum to turn you into a werewolf, and you can do that too. You can use your werewolf at will, Zack said. Haley reverted back to her human form. Zack tossed her a vial of the syringe, and then quickly grabbed and filled the syringe with the vial that, before she got to inject it herself. She's heard her side a clicking of a gun. I thought you would get away, huh? Using that werewolf form. How weak, Abby said. Not as weak as you, Abby. We've been close friends. Instead, you tried to take over the world. But you had a secret bloodline, didn't you? Haley said. To a king. Isn't that great? Abby said. And my son will be one to sit in the throne. With Carver's bloody body will be there. To rule the galaxy and Earth. With all the humankind bound before his glory, Abby said madly. You know what, Abby? It's done the same thing about you. But you know what? Carver is going to be on the throne. With her husband. Not you. You're just plain crazy. Right before you got that evil shot, we got mutated. You and me got the same wolf blood. And hair. And you're not even the wolf member anymore. I guess that suit Rocky made you didn't cut it anymore, does it? Haley chuckled. Then right before Abby could try to hurt Haley, she injected herself fast in the serum. Haley moaned as she dropped the empty syringe. Abby looked down and ran. Haley's bones popped and cracked. Her eyes went to yellow. Her veins went black again. Then everyone came to place: teeth, claws, tail, eyes, and muzzle. So, this is what it feels like to be a werewolf. I feel God. Haley said her werewolf without using her mouth. Dragfo stopped, looked at Haley. Kulayivo. Another one that can speak with tongue and not mind? I will deal with you two later. Dragfo said, then lifted his head and yanked me off his neck. Started breathing fire. Gerald, Dishon, Jessica, Kayla, Kaylee, Elena, Raquel, Anna, Greg, Amanda, Damien, Andreas, Sapphire, Zach, Brandon, Xavier, Isabel, and Dylan Price, all backed up. My brother and Abby and their son went beside Dragfo. Let's see if we could take out 3 dragons beside one dragon like Dragfo here. Abby said, then pulling out a vial of black stuff. No, Abby, you don't know what you're going to get into. That stuff is dangerous. I kept that monster in the vial for a reason. For a very, very big reason. Haley said, snarling it. So, we're all going to listen to you? Abby smirked. Cheers, she said. Then my brother and her clanked 2 vials. She drank them. I can feel the power of the dark dragon. My brother laughed. His back began to grow wings. His claws began to grow sharper. Same type of Haley's transformation. But this time, Abby and Quentin were on 4 legs. Both of them were black dragons. They roared, super powerful. It's time to see my powers elephant at the highest point of a dragon god. Let's see how powerful you are to defeat us all dragons. My brother said, in a deep voice. Not this time. A voice boomed out of nowhere. We looked over. When we came, it was Confinrar. Confinrar! Haley said, using her mouth in werewolf form. What's he doing here? Dragfo asked, angrily. I thought you said you weren't killed. I might have messed up, but these guys are dead. Don't let them kill it. I'll just destroy our plans from destroying the Earth. And to rule it. Abby said in the deepest voice as well. Fine. Then I'll deal with you as I wish, Confinrar. Dragfo said. Not if we have to say anything about it. A strange voice popped out of nowhere. Raymond? Bro, what's wrong? Was that you? Dylan Price said. Then it came out of the clouds, out of the light, with a 19-year-old man with black soldier uniform of the United States, pale blue eyes, and looked straight at his brother, with very frightened in his eyes. He came out more in the quiet, showing his left arm all bloody up and bandaged and covered up. "What's going on? What's going to happen to me?" Raymond asked. Dylan ran to him and changed back to his human form. "It's okay. You're going to be okay. It's just, you're just going to be like me," Dylan Price said. Dylan looked at my brother with anger in his eyes, fluctuating from blue to golden brown, his teeth sharpened to a point. "You!" Dylan growled. "You did this to my brother!" He yelled, running at Quentin, his claws ready for attack. Then Quentin showed his teeth as dragon form. "Fußball!" A blast of wind came and blew everyone back. "Damn it! We can't even get close to him," I said. "I'll fix this. I made a potion to get them back." Haley said, then jumped in the air, climbing on the walls in her werewolf form. Then she changed back into human form and took the 2 syringes and jabbed my brother and Abby with the syringes and emptied them. And they turned back in their human forms. "My power is gone! Why you?" Quentin yelled. I changed back to my human form. Then Abby grabbed a gun again and pointed at me and shot me. "Gah!" I screamed. "How dare you! You bitch! I saved you when Haley was in control," I said, then fainted. Haley looked towards me and saw the gunshot, and I was down and I was bleeding. "No, Carbu! No!" Haley cried out in a wolf form. She gave a really sad howl. Everyone looked at me, bleeding. Zach ran towards me, rushing to find the bullet hole. Haley knocked out Abby and Quentin. Right before Haley could tie them up, Dragfo stopped her. "This time I could take you back for your time. I will take you where your friends were. I will transport you to your friends where the ones are bleeding. I might be evil, but I'm not worse as these 3 are," Dragfo said. "Thank you," Haley said, smiling, with tears beginning to roll down her eyes. Dragfo's eyes glowed purple. Me and my friends, Confederate Norton and Raymond, and the rest of the villagers went back to the village. My brother and Abby woke, and then Abby spat out mud and said, "Where have they gone? Where did they disappear to?" Dragfo didn't answer, as he knew he did help against his brother's wishes, and want to destroy me and my friends. But at least me and my friends got out alive. But there is me. I was badly wounded. I know what she shot me with. It was a silver nitrate serum. Saving Carbu's life. Chapter 6. Haley rushed to my side, found the bullet hole. She pulled the bullet out of the tweezer. I moaned. "Out of the way! Out of the way!" Confederate yelled, carrying me towards the hut where I had the kids. He laid me down on one of the cots. I was completely inflamed. Veins were black. Jessica grabbed the towel off the rack and put it on my head. "Haley, go get Dewey to help with the wounds," Confederate said. "Okay," she said firmly, ran out the hut where my husband and my children were. Into Ferret. "Ah!" I screamed, and I knew everyone in the village heard. Haley looked back and towards the hut. "Hang in there, Carver. We'll get you healed up, I promised," she thought, as she ran towards more in the hut, main hut. My veins were getting even more black. "It hurts. It hurts," I moaned. Then the hut came with Dewey and Haley and DJ. Then the twins. "Dewey, please help me," I said. He nodded. He touched my wounds and looked at Haley and said, "You might want to hold her hand." Haley nodded and held my hand as he chanted, "Please God, heal these wounds." He said it over and over again. "Ah!" I screamed, squeezed Haley's hand so hard it could have broken. "Ah!" she grunted. Slowly but surely, my veins stopped being black and reverted back to themselves. The bullet hole of the silver nitrate poured out the bullet. Silver nitrate pouring out. "Quick, towels now, please," Jessica said. Jessica grabbed some wet towels, and Dewey dabbed me with the silver nitrate pulling out of me. "She might be sick for a while. I want everyone to protect her with your life," Confederate said. "Yes, but we will." And so as well as the kids, Sever said. We should have one to watch Carbu, watch her health, and make sure the list whoever needs to watch over her. Raise your hands. Haley said. 4 people raised their hands. All opposed? She said, and the rest raised their hands. Well, it's decided we'll look for the other health ether. Zakharov looked at Micro, looked over and said, What? Ah, yes, the health ether. A perfect remedy for healing Carbu, Finrar said. But Finrar, don't you know that as dangerous part of the island, these kids won't survive it out there? Without weapons of the real world? Rove said, concerned look on his face for my crew's safety. Don't worry. We all know what it takes. We can morph into our wolves. If we have to, Haley said. DJ, Jessica, Dishon, I want you guys to guard her. As soon as you see her, keep her health up, please. We need her to survive. They all nodded. The rest of you, come up when we got ether to find. Haley and the rest of the crew walked out of the hut. Right before I got out of the island, confirmed our woods and ran to them. You forgot this map. How to get through there, Confirmer said. Haley smiled. Thanks. And then the rest of my crew went out to the island. Meanwhile, back at the hut, I was breathing heavily. I was coughing blood. Hurry up, guys, Jessica said, patting my face, wet cloth, trying to keep the blood off. Now I'm back at the woods. The crew and Haley were fighting big bugs, were too big for the size of a cat. Right after the bugs were defeated, Haley saw some inscriptions in the wall. Haley went to them and what they meant. It was Aurorian. Haley, what does it say? Zach said. It says, if you find it, it means you're not one of the... Oh my god. Haley said. Haley, what's wrong? What does it fully say? Zach asked. It says you're not the only ones that are dead. You, not of the ones that are dead of Tuai Moaki. We have to go back. Herbert's in danger. He knows he how to control Dragfo. He created him, Haley said in shock. Not so fast. I didn't think you went this far snooping around. Now that you know my secret, I think it's finally time to destroy you kids, Jeroy said right next to behind my crew. You know, do I always thought you were a good guy, but I guess I was wrong. I guess I could surprise you with this, Haley said, then took out another syringe and injected herself with a werewolf transformation serum. Injected into herself. Get back, everybody, Haley grunted as her heart rate went really fast. She moaned and fell to the ground. Holding onto her abdomen, her veins went all black. Her spine forced herself out. Her bones popped and snapped and became canine. You shouldn't have messed with the wrong side of the team, Haley said, her eyes turning black from back and forth to hazel and gold. White fur bursted out of her skin. Claws became sharpened. Her teeth pointed out. Her bottom legs became cane-like. Her tail became full, flourished itself out in the muzzle, and then teeth became more sharp. The werewolf transformation was complete. We trust you, DY. Why would you do this for Roy? For God's sake, Haley snarled. I'm actually not, DY said. Haley looked at him and said, What? Yes, Haley, I am also a dragon god like Dragfo. But I was the one who created him. But did you know I was the one who created the book? I was in Bitopia. And guess what? I know all the animal of this galaxy, just like Carbu's family's blood, too. Too bad she won't be able to hear from you guys. Her father's alive and somewhere on Earth, he said, smiling. You sicken me. What kind of people betray their own kind and write a book with a dragon in it? Haley said, mocking Dwight's story. Back at the village, I was getting worse. I was getting cold, a fever. It came over me. Hang on, Carbo. Help's on the way. Don't worry. They're getting the potion to heal you, okay? Jessica said, looking out to the forest. Back at the forest. Haley was about to take on Dwight, and all of a sudden his eyes turned red. He laughed. Black smoke filled the air around him. The smoke was hot. Haley and others stepped back as they didn't want to get burnt. He took off his robe. His tan skin went all black. His scales and gray hair fell off. His claws replaced his fingernails. His teeth went sharp. Wings grew out of the point of his back. His muzzle formed. Teeth formed out more. So, can you deal with me now, Haley, or will I have to tell your friends that you died because of Dragfo's friend? He said, I don't think so, do I? What makes you think a mistake from faking a trust? A voice boomed. It was Confederate and the others. Rove was holding me and Jessica ran towards Haley and said, I sensed you guys were in trouble. Did he say anything? Jessica asked. Dishon looked at Gerald and said, he said Carbo's father is still alive somewhere. Silence! Dwight yelled at Gerald. You traitor. Who gave you info? You haven't there with us? When are we talking about it? I said hoarse voice. In a hoarse voice, Dwyer looked over at the villagers and had guns and said, Russo, come! The man came out, the same guy that came out of the crowd. Russo, no! What have you done to my son? Kinfinra said, if you really want to know, I hypnotized him. So he thinks he's my son. So forget trying to tell him he's your son. Dwight said. Haley looked at Dwight with anger. In her eyes, how dare you make a kid that isn't yours hypnotized? Then, all of a sudden, I fell to the ground. Ah! I grunted. Jessica and Gerald ran over me, and I said, there's either the legend, but I know who can heal me. Dragon blood. We warriors can heal wounds with dragon blood. I sense there's a little dragon in him, no doubt about it. Then Haley quickly pulled out a hunting knife and the stuff and killed the dragon god. Then she started sneaking towards him without getting Russo's attention. Then before I tried to rest my body, Russo tried to stomp my head before I could use a spell. Translation, God of Rura. Unto hypnotizing of this person. A white light came into his eyes, blasted him, blinded him. You don't know how long I need to apprentice. But you turned him back, Dwight said. But you don't realize what I'm going to do with you. Then before I fainted, I said, I don't think so. Then just jabbed Dwight with the knife. Grah! No, what have you done? He screamed. Carbu, here, take it, take the blood. I opened my mouth and started drinking the blood off the knife. Haley, more, I need more. Pull some blood off his syringe, I said. I'll try, Haley said. Then she slowly morphed into her human self. Well, that's not what I wanted, a syringe, right? She grabbed another syringe out of the bag. She took off, and she went to fight Dwight. Took some of his blood out of his dead body. Here you go, she said, then injected it into my bloodstream. My body was restored fully. Slowly. Jessica checked my fever. Her fever's gone. She needs to rest. Jessica looked at Haley, and Haley nodded. Let's get back to the village, Haley said. We know now that dragons are feeding now, Haley said. We might need to prepare for battle. Dragfo and Quentin and Abby. So everyone headed back to the village. Meanwhile, at Dragfo's cave, happy birthday, son. We might not be sent you back to the real world. My brothers, Quentin said, stroking his son's dark black hair. Daddy, are we going back to the cave? Cato said, Yes, my son, I will. Quentin sat, hugging his son, then stood up. Take our son back to New York. Make sure he's safe in the Quentin Squad headquarters. Quentin said. Abby nodded. Then Abby said, Dragfo, teleport me in to the Quentin Squad lair. Now I really my husband to tell me back here, she said. As you wish, Dragfo said. Dragfo's eyes went white. As soon as Abby disappeared, she finally reached the New York City's Quentin Squad headquarters. Abby and Cato walked into Cato's room. 3 soldiers guarded him, and she opened the door and put Cato to bed. Happy birthday, son. Even though we wouldn't celebrate it, we'll celebrate when we get back, okay, Cato? She said, tucking him in. Okay, Mommy, Cato said. But what if the Wolf Squad catches us again? I don't want to go back to the adoption agency, he said sadly. Don't worry. We won't. We'll come back and celebrate your birth no matter what it takes. Then Abby took out a radio in his pocket and said, Honey, bring me back. Quentin heard and messaged Dragfo. Teleportation signal. Dragfo's eyes turned white again, and Abby was teleported back on the island. Now, Quentin isn't my brother's real name. His real name is Leon Lance Fireball Aurora. But knew he uses his new name. Quentin Levito Douglas, a Betopian name. I hope it will still save my brother in a shell of a body that is my brother's body, that's being controlled by the darkness. Don't lose hope, brother. We will save you and your son from the darkness that's corrupting you. Alright, guys, I think that's a good idea.
To me about the clothes and the hangers behind the bathroom.
Shush, I said.
You don't tell me to shush. They need to be picked up
Okay.
and put away.
Okay.
No lies.
Okay. I didn't see him, Jesus. I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. So hopefully I will see you guys all again later. And then a brand new episode of Blood Fusion 3, The Trap at Dragfo. I hope you guys see you all then. Peace out. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you'd like more, leave down in the description in the comments what you think about it. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I really appreciate it a ton. And I hope you'll be able to see us all in another brand new episode of both either book or a vlog. So, yeah. Alright. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.